Hey, welcome in.
Welcome to the Arrowhead Addict podcast.
We are here coming to you live.
Let me tell you, the dopamine, it's flowing.
I am damn excited. Damn excited.
That's a terrible drum roll. Oh!
Boy, how you doing, man? Patrick.
Will Sterling.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion, two-time Pro Bowler, and Trent Green. Trent Green, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Oh, he picked it up! He picked it up! He's gonna score!
And we'll see you next week. But until then, as always, go Chiefs.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kingdom's Queens podcast over here on Arrowhead Addict. Jodi and I are so excited to be here with you guys tonight and kick off this show post Rookie Minicamp. We had the first weekend of that of the 2025-2026 NFL season. So we are excited to talk about that and some of our rookies and the progress they've made just this short little time they've been with us. And then kind of just wanted to dive into some stuff going on around the NFL, plus like rookies numbers and all of that kind of new stuff. So I'm your host, Lexi.
Hey y'all, what's up? I am Jodi. It is so good to be here with y'all. It is raining in Kansas City.
It's cold.
It is disgusting. It is disgusting outside. Just want to make that very, very clear.
It's cold.
Very, very clear. Exactly. Like my goal was to put on like a Chiefs hoodie today, but I also just got in my house like 3 minutes ago. So you get what you get. I'll just be cold for the next hour. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. But no
concussion protocol. So that's the good news.
I am like today is day 9 of concussion.
Insane.
I don't have to wear sunglasses, but I do have Tylenol still near just in case. I'm only taking 2 Tylenols a day now versus what I was doing last week. So we're making some progress there. But no, I am feeling a lot better. So thank you for reaching out and asking because I am. But like Lexi said, Rookie Minicamp was this past weekend. Like super excited. Like love that. If you are joining and listening in right now, please make sure that if you are on Twitter, you are retweeting this stream. If you are on YouTube, you are liking the episode. And we love when y'all talk to us because we're going to talk back to y'all. So please make sure that you are commenting and chatting away in the stream, and we will try to get to any like questions, answers, anything like that y'all have. So yes, around the NFL, a lot of things have happened. So like me and Lexi are like in this Chiefs group chat, right? And
it's like almost 200 people in there.
It's ridiculous, but I woke up today, let's say at 7:15 a.m.
Same. I was up around like 7:15. Yeah.
And there was like already 100 messages in there. And I was like, what the fuck is... I'm like, did the Chiefs do something? No. George Pickens traded to the Cowboys. The first message came through at like 5:05 a.m. I was like, I really want y'all to get some sleep because like this is insane. Like this is crazy. So George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys. We know that one of their biggest needs in this past offseason was definitely acquiring another wide receiver. They went out in the draft and got some really good rookies for running back. I still think that they probably need to go get a vet. I was listening to a stream earlier and they were talking about Dak Prescott and how he's not technically 100% yet for the season. Like if they needed him to play football today, he ain't ready.
Man, he's had so many injuries, which is so unfortunate because I actually think like he does have good talent.
Dak is a great quarterback.
He really is. Like, I don't even know who to like compare him to, but like he is a good quarterback. Like he can sling the ball. He can get to the ball. He can throw a nice deep ball. So, but it depends on his health and
absolutely,
but I do think like CeeDee Lamb has been working with not much to go off of in his last few seasons at wide receiver. So
he's been getting double teamed and triple teamed.
Oh my gosh. It's like
crazy.
Like he's lucky he's not Travis Kelce's age because it's the same thing that happens to Travis. Luckily he's younger, so he can still, find a little more movement than maybe Travis can last season. But I think it was funny news to wake up to because it was kind of that Slick Ricky guy or Pretty Ricky, whatever he called himself last night, that NFL insider that like no one knows. It might be like a Twitter lore thing, X, whatever you want to
It's probably like Shams or Adam Schefter on
I
their
don't know who
burner
it
account or
is, but it's
something.
this account that I think it's called Pretty Ricky. And he
No,
just
Slick
like
Rick.
is it Slick
Slick.
Rick? Okay.
Mhm.
One of those, whatever it is, regardless, he like breaks news and it's hilarious because he like most of the time ends up being right. And he does it like 12 hours before it actually happens. And then we'll wake
Yeah.
up and be like, oh yeah, he was right. He was on it. But the NFL insiders will never acknowledge him. Like you'll
Exactly.
never see Ian Rappaport acknowledge him or anyone like that. So I do think it's funny, but he was on it again. He said it last night. And even CD Lamb tweeted out like a GIF last night of like kind of peeking around.
I think that's when we should have knew that something was up because
Right.
CeeDee Lamb is not often on
Okay.
Twitter.
He used to be Pretty Ricky. Now he's Slick Rick. Okay.
Okay, I was like, I could have swore it said Slick, but CeeDee Lamb is usually never on Twitter, and he definitely doesn't like troll. Even when he was getting ready for his contract year, he didn't really do a ton of trolling. Like he posted like lots of videos of like working out or content of him, right? Like he did that, but to see him tweet that last night, I was like, interesting. Something's going on either with him or in Dallas. And I knew he wasn't getting traded out because he just got that big contract 2 years ago. So
yeah.
Okay. My honest thoughts are, I think that this is a great move for the Cowboys. I think them adding another person who can not only be depth but take away some of the coverage that is on CeeDee Lamb, because people are going to pay attention to George Pickens because he is a good receiver when he's not being a hothead and dropping the ball and arguing and cussing and showing up late to games and things of that nature. When he's like in the right headspace, he has all the tendencies that he needs to be a great receiver. And I think that's good because it will take some heat off of CeeDee Lamb, even if he's just out there as a distraction so CD can go off. I think that that's going to happen. So I do like it. I don't hate it.
I think they have some big personalities in Dallas, so it'll be interesting to see how he can fit in with everyone.
It's going to be a shit show.
But regardless, I am rooting. I think it's because I have a soft place for Marty Schottenheimer. In my heart, I'm rooting
What
for
that got to do with Brian?
That's his son.
That ain't got nothing to do with Marty.
I'm saying I have a soft spot in my heart. Like I want him to do well in Dallas. Not that it affects me, and actually we play them this season, so
they're in Dallas.
That game you couldn't fail. But
I just think there's a lot in Dallas. They did fix their O-line in the offseason. They do have a new head coach. Dak's not 100% healthy. You still got to deal with the Jones family. There's already people who have big personalities, like you said, like Micah Parsons. Yep. So adding another receiver who is a diva to this room is going to be very interesting. But I will say, I think the Cowboys lost the trade. They gave up a third for next year and then like a 2027, like sixth or something. Now, Lexi pointed out earlier that next year's draft is actually in Pittsburgh. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's in Pittsburgh.
And they have now 12 picks for next season. And so my first thought was, okay, maybe they're gathering all these picks so they can move up in the draft and then go get a quarterback. But I don't think there's a lot of great I don't think the quarterback class for 2026 is strong. So I'm not really sure what.
So I
guess Steelers, it's definitely giving rebuilding this year and next year, like rebuilding. But I don't know if they're going after a quarterback.
It's so interesting to me because like the Steelers have been in rumors for months now with Aaron Rodgers talk, right? But then nothing's ever come of that. And he like hasn't said if he's retiring. I'm betting that he's going to retire because I don't see him coming back for this.
I feel like last year he was a super big diva.
He was. I mean, he's been a diva
or 2 years ago, I guess.
Yeah, he's been a diva for a little while. But I don't see the fit there that much. But then it's like, I don't really know what their plan is at quarterback even this year. Like, are you kind of like openly willing to tank? Like, I don't even know how you go. The Steelers are such a historic organization of being a great team. And this has to be.
They got DK Metcalf, though.
Yeah, but like you had the chance to like have a great duo with George and DK. Maybe they saw that wasn't going to mesh in the locker
They
room.
probably saw that already, that they were not meshing.
So, and historically also, Mike Tomlin has a good history of trading receivers away and winning the trade. So you got to like kind of trust him on that decision. I do think if, like you said, if they can both get out of their diva ways, I think they'll be a great duo in Dallas. They have a big conference to go up against with the Eagles being dominant and then the Commanders finding their new stride. So
new stride, new stadium, new receivers, new running backs. They got the draft in a couple of years. Like in 2027, the Commanders are, that's their name now, right? The Commanders are
your name, yeah.
They're the organization that's doing everything right now. Like I'll save that hot take for at least another month.
They'll probably, you know what? I think
I'll save it for another month.
Save it for a rainy day in June.
I'll save it for June. No,
but I
have to go through and like pick every team's wins and losses to figure out where I think they're gonna be.
They're gonna win games because like Slothy Style just said, like Mike Tomlin, it's not in his blood to lose that often.
They're good.
I do think it's literally, but I posted this earlier today. I'm like, the Steelers do everything they can each year to just stay mid.
9-8, baby.
That's
9-8.
9-8, 8-9, one of the two.
Do what you gotta
whatever y'all feel like. Yeah, like
do what you gotta do to have a winning record. 9-8.
What also is interesting is a lot of Steelers fans today are saying like they could see now TJ Watt being traded and just go like full rebuild. Like they're all like fans are like committed to full rebuild mode now. And
at this point, they don't need any more picks for 2026. So are you getting picks for 27 and 28? Like he'll probably play this year and then maybe next year they'll use him as a trading piece. So I mean, you never know. You never know. Anyway, so that's what's going on with the Cowboys and with the Steelers. I'm very interested to see how it goes. Like, because the Steelers did have a good season last year, especially in the AFC North. So I don't know.
They have like
what their game plan. I have no clue what their game plan is.
But they drafted, what was the quarterback? They took Will Howard. Is that right?
Yeah.
So are they expecting Mason Rudolph to start and then Will Howard take over eventually?
That would be a terrible idea.
Is that?
They might as well just start the rookie. They could have just went and got Shador, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Right. So I'm
he
just
can get the ball to DK Metcalf and they have a good season. It's a mess. Anyway,
I actually do like Shador in the AFC North. Like I'm glad even though it's the Browns, I think he's a good fit for the AFC North. So I do like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
perfectly.
I don't know. Steelers.
It's a little sassy up there. So we'll again, it's the month of May. It's May 7th. So we got a whole long time to figure out what is happening with every single organization because there's a lot going on. But as we're talking about the AFC North being as feisty as they are, we might as well keep it there. Some really big news came out of the AFC North, particularly in Baltimore with the Ravens camp. They released kicker Justin Tucker for reasons that you already know we don't need to explain. So do I think that this is a fantastic move for the Ravens? Absolutely, because y'all don't need that type of person, that type of culture on your team and your organization. And I was like, oh, they're replacing Justin Tucker when they drafted a kicker in the 6th round. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, that's his replacement. And then he got to Ravens camp and started kicking 70+ yard field goals. I was like, oh yeah, he's a goner. Justin Tucker is a goner. So
yeah,
it sounds like the Ravens have found their new kicker, and I think that's amazing for them.
Yeah, I agree. There's not a lot to say there. We know what's been done and the rumors of Justin Tucker, and glad to see. I hope another NFL contract doesn't find him.
Literally. He'll end up with the Browns. That's where people go to die.
I know.
The Browns.
He probably will. He'll probably get one, which is so unfortunate. But that's how the NFL works. When you have talent, they love to keep it. So
I mean, but he had a terrible season last season.
He did. Actually, he was not good.
It'd be different if like he was great at what he was doing and then all the allegations and everything came out. You can't be bad and have allegations. Like, you got to pick a struggle. You can't be both.
Right.
You can't be both. So
you can't be having a bad season and having all these allegations, because you're gonna get nothing.
It's gonna be a mess.
So.
Yes. Other NFL news: the schedule release is next Wednesday, so we are super excited to get into that with y'all. That's literally probably going to be our whole show next week.
I can't wait. Yeah,
schedule release, and I'm just like, I did hear the rumor that I heard already. I've heard 3 rumors, which is crazy. So we'll see if any of these are true by next week. I heard the Chiefs have 3 noon games.
3 noon.
Yep. Only one's at Arrowhead, 2 are away.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first rumor. I heard they do have the Christmas Day game. And then I heard that they are the opener in Brazil.
Yes.
And I think why the opener is away, which would make sense why it's in Brazil, is because the Royals play at home that weekend. So I do think the Chiefs are away because the Royals will be at home. I actually need to go sit and look at the schedule one more time. I think the Royals are at home the first 2 weekends. If the if the season starts when I think the Chiefs' first home game won't be till week 3, depending on when the season starts. But that happened to us not last year, the season before. And our first 2 games were away, and then we played at home, and then we went to the Super Bowl, and you know how that went. So
that was 2022 when we went to Arizona. We started the season in Arizona.
Started and ended the season in Arizona.
I don't mind it because we've had the last 2 home openers at home. So, I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you can't.
The first games of the season at home. That's what you mean.
Yeah. So,
you said home openers.
Well, first game, like literally, because we were the kickoff.
Week one. Yeah.
Y'all know what I mean. But yeah, I think, I've heard that rumor of the Chargers game being in Brazil, being that Friday game, which I don't love that because that field sucked. And
that field was awful.
Not great for
that's the field
last year, but
Jordan Love got hurt in the last 2 minutes of the game, and they were driving to go win. Oh, that was awful. I just remember that.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
I love that, but whatever. Get the international game out of the way, I guess, and then
please. And I am very happy that the international game this year is an away game and not a home game, because normally it affects our home schedule. So if you're a season ticket holder, you're not paying for a home game that is not at home. So
and I kind of like getting one Charger game out of the way week 1. That's one division game you can just get out of the way. So,
I know we're going to talk about the schedule next week. I kind of want to talk about it just for a second. I was thinking about this while I was speeding home today. Would you rather have the hard part of the schedule early or late? So when I say hard part of the schedule, I mean the Bills, the Ravens, the what's their name? The Bengals, the Texans, because we're going to still play all of them teams. And now this year, Eagles, Eagles, Commanders, Dallas. Would you rather have those games earlier or later in the season?
I mean, preferably early, because you're going to still have some flaws early on, right? So some of those games I would like to get out of the way early, but I do think it's good to have some harder games at the end of the season too, because it does give you kind of things to go off of into the playoffs as well. So, I'd like it just to be a good balance. Don't give us Eagles, Bills, but we have a hard schedule no matter what.
Remember last year's schedule?
Yes, and it's gonna. I mean, we have a hard
schedule. Bengals.
We have a really hard schedule this year. We have the Ravens, we have the Texans, we have the Bills, we have the Eagles, we have the Commanders, we have the Broncos twice, we have the Chargers twice. The Raiders are going to be competitive. There's not really many easy games, except maybe some of the AFC South teams, and then maybe the Giants, depending how they do.
Depending on what they look like, because they had a really good offseason.
And Cowboys, they're not halfway, I don't know. Right. So there's not many easy games.
No.
So we just kind of
I did see something that said we have the 5th or the 6th hardest schedule coming out this year. So that will be interesting. Out of 32 teams, you're saying we have either the 5th or the 6th hardest.
Oh, and then did you
the
see
Ravens were right above us at like 4 or 5? I can't remember. So
did you see the Bills?
no, where were they at?
5th
Oh, like
easiest.
they had like the 20th hardest schedule
Yeah.
or something,
5th
right?
easiest.
An easy schedule. Yeah. I did see that. So, but I mean,
Nice.
also as Chiefs fans, we know that we usually have like the number 1 hardest schedule
Pretty much
every year.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's just like fully expected, but I would say I would like to see a good balance. I think this year we're also not going to see the drama of the bye week. I don't think they're going to do that week 7 debacle that they did last time, because every single Chiefs player yelled very loudly about it last year. So I don't think that they're going to do that again.
Yes, it was such BS the way they did that last year.
Yeah. And I mean, Christmas this year, I think falls on a Friday. So, I think Christmas this year falls on a Friday. So that should be not as much.
Yeah, did you say that we have the rumor of playing the Christmas Day game?
Yeah, I think we have the Christmas Day. I think it's away.
It's Thursday, actually.
Oh, well, Thursday would be perfect. That's Thursday night football. So I would be okay. If we have the home game for Christmas, I hope it's the noon game if it's a Thursday. So those are just the things that I'm just going to wish for. Anyway, enough about the schedule. I know like we haven't had a chance to talk about the schedule before the schedule came out, so we can make like our predictions on what we think and what we'll see. And I can't believe next week is already May 14th. Well, I guess I can, but like I really can't.
Flying by.
Literally. So there was another topic in the NFL that has been circulating since probably the day of the draft, right? But we didn't, well, not the day of the draft. Once all the rookies got to their final, and started meeting people, shaking hands, kissing babies, doing all of the things. So I'm asking you this, chat, and I want y'all to put y'all answers in the chat. Me and Lexi will give y'all our answers too. Would you ever unretire your number for a rookie? Me, Jodi, best wide receiver there is, okay? I got all the touchdowns. I got all the yak yards. I got all the receptions.
Who are you? Like Jerry Rice?
I have, you know what? I'll even, do I want to be Jerry? I'm like, do I want to be Jerry Rice, or do I want to be like, because, what's your name? Dallas. Des Bryant's, his number's retired. You know, Michael Evans' number is going to be retired. Like, there's so many like ballers out there. How many 1,000-yard receivers can I have, right? Would I ever unretire my hard-earned touchdowns, yards, receptions, all the things for a freaking rookie who ain't never played a snap in the NFL? Yes or no? What would you do, Lexi?
So for me, it's extremely circumstantial, but I would be very hesitant to. Bobby makes a good point in the comments saying he thinks too many numbers are retired in the first place, which depending on what team you go to could be true. There are a lot of retired numbers. And I think especially in like the 70s, 80s, like those eras, like they were more apt to retired numbers because I just don't think they thought of the future like we do now.
Like you didn't even have a 1,000-yard season.
No, retired numbers. I'm like, oh, okay.
You got 7 touchdowns total in your career.
Like, let's say you're like if I'm a Super Bowl champ and I've set all these records, like, and you're just a rookie coming in, like, you could be a great prospect. You could be, God, I don't even know. You could be a great, great prospect. But I think I'd be more apt to unretire my number for someone, for let's say not a rookie, but someone that's already proven themselves and then wants to be like, okay, I dreamt of wearing this number on this team. Can I please wear it? But I don't know. It'd be pretty hard. I'd be pretty selfish.
I am looking something up right now.
But
I am looking something up right now, and you are going to laugh. I'm gonna tell you my answer is no. I ain't unretiring my number for nobody. I feel like I worked really hard, lots of blood, sweat, and tears, training camps, injuries, surgeries, whatever. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it.
Let's say like, okay, so
I
let's
want to
say,
tell you something funny though. At the end
wait,
of all.
okay, can I give you a scenario?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's say you are, I'm trying to think of someone really good. Let's say you're AJ Brown and you transfer to the team you played for. And then he wants to take over your number when he, like a player like that. Would you then think of unretiring, or would you still kind of be like, But he's
So
like,
I
oh my
guess-
gosh, I look up to you so much. I want to wear your number.
But the question is we know how good AJ Brown is today.
Mm-hmm.
Did we know he was that? Like, when's he trying to change numbers before? Like his first time
I'm
ever.
saying right now, like let's say tomorrow he's traded to your team.
He decided he wanted to come be a Kansas City Chief.
And he wants to wear your number.
What number does AJ Brown wear?
He's 11.
Alex Smith. 11 is not retired.
11's
Have
not
we-
retired. Jalen Royals just picked up 11. We haven't gotten to
Yeah,
that yet.
I'm like, no. Okay. So in that situation, if you're coming to my team, we probably gave you a hefty paycheck, right? We probably gave you like a 3-year, 5-year, and AJ Brown receiver, right? So he's
$100
getting a
million
ton of money.
deal. Yeah.
He's getting a ton of money. Yeah, I'll unretire my number for X amount of dollars. I'll do that. Because when you think about it, some players do that now. Like they'll do like what's his name? Who just went back to Devontae Adams just went back to the Rams. And Puka Nacua was wearing his number. And he gave him his number. I'm pretty sure Devontae Adams cut Puka a check because Puka has been balling out in his number.
Yeah.
He's been doing really good. And now you back in LA and you on my number? Yeah, for a small dollar amount. You can have
Current
it.
player. So like Devontae's number hasn't even been retired yet. I don't know. I also feel like you need to stay with your franchise to have your number retired. Like you can't be in franchises and then expect it to be retired. So like of this era, I only see us retiring Mahomes, Travis, and Chris Jones. That's it.
Maybe Creed Humphrey.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe
Yeah.
Trevor after all is said and done. But
Definitely Harrison Bucker. He'll get retired.
you think?
Yeah.
I know. He's been a big part of the dynasty.
Harrison Bucker's really damn good, even though he's annoying.
He is. You know, he's
like,
very
really-
good. He's made
very
the
good,
longest,
even though he's
longest pick in Super Bowl history. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and like helped us win all of ours. Like yeah.
I wanted to tell you 2 things that are
He's
hilarious
been
about
very quiet this offseason, I will say.
good. Bless.
just throwing that out there.
God bless. Thank you. I want to tell y'all something hilarious about retired numbers. I was listening to something earlier and I was like, oh wow. So like Bobby said, there's so many numbers that are already retired, right? So I wanted to look up NBA and I wanted to look up MLB, right? So the Los Angeles Lakers, they have 15 retired numbers. 15, right? Because Kobe got 2 of them retired.
Yeah.
So
right.
I mean, but the thing is like the numbers the numbers that are retired are like the fun numbers, like 8, 24, 13, 16, 21, 22, 25, like 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then so I kind of laughed at that because I was like, well, dang, that's a lot of numbers. But then the Yankees, and we know the Yankees and how they roll.
The Stankies.
The freaking Yankees, hate them. They have 23 numbers retired.
Wow. Oh my
And not only do they have 23 numbers, let me tell you what those numbers sound like real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 20, 21, 22, 32, 37, 42, 44, 46, 49, and 51.
Oh my
How
god.
y'all got 1 through 10 retired?
That's wild.
That's insane. Anyway,
And they also aren't they the team that doesn't have names on the back of their
they don't have exactly. So they just retire a number. I don't get it. That's probably why they don't put names. on
Right.
it. I don't know. One band, one sound. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway, getting into jersey numbers, the Chiefs rookies selected their numbers over the weekend while they were at their mini camp, which is fantastic. And I actually like, I'll tell you what my two favorite numbers are, but Josh Simmons took 71. Norman-Lott. I'm gonna have to call him his initials.
ONL, I know.
God bless. That's so much. He took number 55, which is very intriguing to me because it's Frank Clark.
Did you see Frank Clark commented?
No.
He said something like, better be a dog, or I don't know.
I know that better be a shark. He better have said shark.
Oh no, I think he said better see blood in the water.
Exactly. If you
go.
you know.
Like perfect.
If you know, you know. Ashton Gelati took 97, which used to be Felix and Udike Uzama, who switched to 91 because that's the number he wore in college. Did he wear that number at TCU?
K-State, yeah.
K-State, God bless. Sorry, it was the purple and the white. So
I know, yeah. K-State, yes.
K-State. Noah Williams took number 20, which used to be who? Justin Reed.
Justin Reed.
Sorry, Jalen Royals. Everybody wanted him to take 85 because you know why, but he took number 11. Jeffrey Bassa took 31, and Brashard Smith from SMU took number 30, which used to be. Wait, who did 30 and 31 used to be? Shoot, lots of people. Lots of people.
Priest Holmes.
Yeah, I was like, wait, lots of people.
31.
My favorite numbers out of everybody. I always love the double-digit numbers. So Norman-Lott at 55 and Jalen Royals at 11. Like, those are my favorites just because I love the double-digit number on the jersey. Like, I think it looks so clean. Like, it's so clean, it's so fresh. What are your thoughts about the rookies and their numbers so far?
So I wanted to tell the story. I didn't like Jeffrey Boss's choice in 31. I was like, that's kind of random for a linebacker. I guess not. I mean, Nick Bolton's 32, but I was like, 31 just doesn't have a lot of aura. It wasn't like screaming to me. But then he said he was teammates with Kyrie Jackson, who was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings last season, who unfortunately lost his life in a car accident before the season even started. And Kyrie Jackson was about to wear 31 in the Vikings on their team. So he picked it for that reason. Then he also picked it because he has 3 sisters and he's the one brother. So it's like 3 + 1. And I was like, that's freaking so cute. I love that. So I love his reasoning. I also really enjoyed, like, if you guys get a chance, go back and watch Jeffrey Boss's press conference. I think you'll be really impressed with him. He was maybe my favorite interview of the weekend out of all their little press conferences. He just seems so determined, focused, ready to be here, willing to do like whatever it takes to be successful. Says he's obsessed with watching film, like just sits up all day, all night watching film. Like that's his favorite thing to do. Like I'm just really, I love that pick. I didn't know a lot about him, but I'm trying to learn a lot about these guys now. And I think he's going to be a really cerebral player like Nick Bolton kind of is. So I'm just looking forward to him. But I thought the reason he chose 31 was actually a really cool reason. So that's probably my favorite number of the weekend.
Yeah, no, I love that, especially because he's deciding to wear the jersey in honor of Kyrie. Yeah. Like that's incredibly dope to me because 1, he was going to go in the first round. 2, he was a great ball player. 3, it was a complete tragedy. Him and his 2 friends, like the whole situation is a complete tragedy. And I mean, to see like what like the city of Baltimore and all these places did for him in honor of him also after his passing was like very dope. So I really love that for him. So I have so much respect for him for that reasoning. So shout out to him. Make 31 look good, make it be proud, like put all your swag into it and we'll see what happens from there. Other news that happened over the weekend, Isaiah Pacheco graduated from Rutgers. If y'all know he's from Jersey. So that's very great to see that he was able to, because this is year 4 for him. So it's great to see that not only he continued to be the great running back that he is, I'm pretty sure that injury last year, he was like, yeah, let me go finish school because he was probably very close to being done.
Right.
And because he didn't have to focus so much on being on the field, he decided to be incredibly responsible.
True, yeah. Which
I love that.
I'm just so proud of him. I think he's such a good dude. He's never causing problems. He's always just like bringing good energy and light to this team. Always a good spirit. Everyone's favorite teammate. And then it's like everyone's cheering him on. Like I saw even Brashard, because the Chiefs posted it that he graduated, and Brashard Smith commented with like fire emojis, and I was like, "Look at you hyping up your new teammate already."
Oh, that's so cute.
So I don't know. But yeah, Isaiah Pacheco's been through so much in his life, and to see him do this, I know his family's so proud, and all the people around him. So I just think it's really cool. Really proud of him for doing that, because not everyone goes back and does that. So
oh no, absolutely great role model. So I
love it.
Shout out to him. And I mean, that injury probably gave him a wake up call, because I think an injury would give me a wake up call.
Right.
I had a concussion and was like, all right, let me make sure I got all my things in order.
Time to
because why do I have a concussion? So the Chiefs, the rookies had to show up on Friday. They did their whole thing this weekend. As you guys know, rookie like camp is like, it's like your first day of your job, right?
Yeah.
You go, you take your cute little badge picture so you can get in the building. They're measuring your head so they can make sure they got the right helmet for you, getting your gloves right, figuring out what size shoe you wear, getting your jersey together. Here's your iPad. Here's your playbook.
Here's your playbook, yeah.
Here's this. Here's the emergency contacts.
Here's your helmets.
Exactly. Please fill out your beneficiary information in case something happens to you. So I'm really excited and then this is the first time all the rookies got to meet each other. So I love like this weekend because you know they all play with each other in college, and they probably all seen each other the 3 or 4 years that they were in college playing against each other. So being able to kind of come back and being like, yo, we made it, we did it, like that's a great brotherhood, that's a great camaraderie. And it sounds like this weekend they did, of course, run like a lot of the 8-on-8s, the 11-on-11 drills, but it was like super light, probably more so like walkthroughs. Like, well, no, not walkthroughs, because they were running someplace, but no pads yet, right? They're still not even in pads yet. And I think that they're slowly finally transitioning into phase 2. Again, we got to remember that it's May 7th. God bless. It's May 7th.
Yeah, don't speed us up.
It's still super early. So they did run just some small drills, and I'm sure that was like, all right, hey, I'm your coach. This is what this is going to sound like. This is what this is going to look like. Da 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 da.
And I think there were like a few of the UDFAs that really stood out too. So just from what I heard. So I'm just excited to get more content and see what we learn more.
Yep.
I think a lot of people are saying Brashard Smith is kind of reminding them of like a McKinnon style, but younger and maybe a bit more spry. So I'm excited to see what he can bring. Andy Reid said he has really good hands already. I think Jalen Royals seems to be looking good already. Same with Elijah Badger, who's one of our UDFAs. It's hard to say with like, I think Josh Simmons, you know, because he's dealing with his injury. I think they said he was still limited, but he was, but not maybe as limited as they thought, which is a great sign. So hoping the best for him for training camp, but I still think, you know, they're not. But Andy Reid even said he's like, I'm really impressed with what I see just already from him. I think all the guys look good so far. I think Noel Williams is already showing off his ball hawk skills a little bit. So, and why he's so good at that. But yeah, we don't get a ton from rookie minicamp weekend. No. There's just not a lot to show. All the vets aren't there and all that good stuff. But it's just fun. Like you said, it's fun to kick it off and
absolutely
get them all going. Get them their helmets and their gloves and their size for everything in their
literally all the cute little things. Here's your locker. Here's your chair. So like definitely this is more so like, let's give you a tour of the building. Here's the cafeteria, here's the bathroom. So I mean, I'm very excited that like they were able to come together. I just remember like watching that episode of The Franchise like 3 years ago or 2 years ago. I can't remember because I watch every episode, but like it was the 22 rookie class, or no, it was the 23 rookie class, but the 22 class was talking, and they were all like, how some of them like share apartments, and some of them do this. I'm sure there's a lot of that happening. Like, okay, we're moving to the city. Like, where do we live?
I think
Who wants to live with me?
I think it was Omar, Norman-Lott, and then Ashton Gelati were like roommates over the weekend, so they were both kind of talking about
in their hotel.
Yeah, they were
I
like,
love that.
they were like, both of them said that neither one snored, and but they both thought about themselves that they snored, so it was funny because they were like, no,
so
actually,
basically
we
they
didn't
weren't
snore.
really sleeping because their nerves were too bad.
Exactly. And then and then they also said, they were like, we were literally just up the entire night, like studying Spag's playbook because it's insane. So they were like, that's all we did all night.
It cracks me up because you hear every single rookie talk about how hard everybody's playbook is. Andy's playbook, Spags' playbook. And I think because we know, and we'll talk about this way more as we get into like OTAs and training camp. But that is why the Chiefs always start training camp early. That is why Patrick Mahomes always has those boys down in Dallas out there in the heat, learning the playbook, learning the offense, because it is very complicated. Like, but that's why Andy Reid is a genius, and that's why Spags has the brain of, I don't know. Like, I don't know where he pulls it from because it is difficult. So a lot of these guys are coming from different systems. Like, you got people who were playing West Coast offense, people who were playing East Coast offense while they were in college. Like, none of that is going to correlate to what's happening here in the NFL. So I will say, I remember hearing the 22 class talk about how like they would have study groups together, like outside of all of their practices, outside of all of their classes. They would have groups and study groups together because they were like, what the heck? And most people usually don't understand the playbook until their first year is over.
Right.
But I also think that's why the 22 class was so freaking special, because they
But that's like honestly the vibe I'm getting from this class too. I think that's why we're all so excited about them. And it's not that like our past two classes haven't, I mean, it just hasn't felt like the same vibe, I think, the last 2 years. Not that there's not rookies I love from both those classes, but it's just the vibe of this class for some reason. It's giving greatness. It's giving.
Period.
It's giving greatness, and it's giving period. So
yeah, no, I'm really excited about this class too. I mean, the only person who, I'm thrilled for Jeffrey Simmons. Like, I think that is still a really great pick. I do not want to see him this year. I want to see him next year. Like, learn the playbook, get 1,000% healthy, and then as soon as you're healthy, then yes, come out on the field, because we do need to just go ahead and go with Jalen Smith.
Jalen Moore.
Oh my God,
I know.
So many Jalen's on this team. It's like
there's
not even
J names.
So many, that too.
You should love, but
as a J person,
as a J,
I love that. But also, like, dang, y'all, come on.
So many, yeah.
But no, I'm really. I want him to just kind of. I don't want us to rush him back. I don't care how great he looks. Again, I think I said it last week. I would love to see him if it's like week 16, 17 or week 17, 18, when we already got the division locked up and we already got hopefully the 1 seed locked up, because I know Pat's going to want that again. Then you can go out there.
I definitely think we will start the season with Jalen Moore. I think that's just how it's going to go.
100%.
Especially with him coming off injury and all that good stuff. But Jeremy Fowler off ESPN wrote today, he was kind of saying how Josh Simmons definitely had the best tape of this O-line draft class. Everyone kind of passed on him due to character concerns. And I'm like, all right,
that wasn't it.
No, that's really what your concern is, because even everyone else, all the execs around the NFL are saying like his injury wasn't that concerning, or as like maybe they were making it seem or whatever. They were basically just saying like it's the whatever concerns with his attitude. And I'm like, if anyone can fix that, it will be the Chiefs. It will be Andy Reid. You're not going to have an attitude with Andy Reid because he will put you in check. And I think Patrick and Travis and the guys on the O-line, Creed and Trey, like you're not going to be able to get away with that on this team with having a sour attitude. And if you do, you're not going to last long. So
the guys on this team do other dumb shit. It ain't an attitude.
It's not the attitude.
They all come in very positive. But they do other dumb things that get them in trouble.
Yeah.
So, character concerns, hey, not a big deal to us. Come on down. Come on down. Not a big deal. Come join us.
Listen, we can fix you. It's okay.
It's fine. We got good lawyers. Like, you're gonna probably be suspended for a little bit, but You probably need your suspension. So sit down, get your act together, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Like, it is what it is.
I
So.
know. Slothy's talking about how Colin Cowherd once again has picked the Chargers to win.
Yep. I actually listened to that for
Gives you
1 second earlier when I was speeding home. I was listening to Carrington and he played the clip and I didn't hear all of it, but he said the Chargers are winning the division. He said the Texans are winning their division. He said
Bills and Ravens.
Yeah, I'm like Raven, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Like
he has the Chiefs as the final wild card spot.
Yeah, he had us at 7
That's hilarious.
Or 6, and I was like, oh, okay.
He's just hoping one of these days he'll be right, but barring like anything insane happening, I just don't think you can pick
not
against
this year. It's probably not next year.
I don't think you can pick against the Chiefs. Like I don't get it.
Here's the thing that everybody needs to
we can
realize.
lose the division. We haven't shown you we can lose it.
Here's what you need to realize, okay? This will be year 10 if the Chiefs win the division in a row. Year 10. Last year was year 9. The year before that was year 8. This is year 10. The Chiefs are not losing when they can have the AFC West locked up for 10 years in a row.
Like how often, I think Brady lost it maybe once or twice, and some of that being due to injury for him. Like, I don't see it happening. I mean, it's going to be a tougher division. We might lose a game or two in the division. I still think we win. I think we win like 12, 13 games, I think.
And that's the thing.
I have no reason not to think that.
I think that's the thing. And I know we're going to get in the schedule next week. But I think to get the number 1 seed in the AFC West, you have to have 14 or 15 wins going into this season. Yeah, I think that, especially because like we're playing the NFC. And I also think that like the AFC West, and here's the difference. I think in the AFC West, somebody can win it with 12. I think we only need 12 wins in the AFC West to win because all of the teams are really good.
And I can see like 3 of the teams.
And we're going to all probably beat each other.
Yeah.
I think we all beat each other. I don't think anybody sweeps anybody in the AFC West this year.
Right.
I think that's why like 12 or 13 wins won't win the AFC West. But I think to win the AFC conference, it needs to be probably 14 or 15 because the Ravens are really good this year, and their defense is really good this year. They had a really good offseason and a great draft. The Bills, they definitely made some decent moves. Plus, Josh Allen is just really good. And y'all will learn. I am actually a Josh Allen hater.
She is.
I forget y'all don't know that over here. Don't like him at all. But Josh Allen is really good. I think the Texans are going to fix it because the Texans last year should have been much better than what they were.
Defense is really good on the Texans too. So
that defense is good. They got some good offense. So I don't think they're going to get like 13 wins, but I do think that they're really good. I think they could give us a loss if we needed it. You know, I think depending on the time of year, if there's injuries, D'Amico figuring, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think to win the AFC West as a conference, you have to have 14 or 15 wins. So we'll see.
I think I could definitely see the Bills winning it this year, winning the actual conference, just because their division's so weak. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Their division is what we were for like
the first few years
8 years.
Yeah.
8 years. Like that was us. Like last year we started seeing the upside.
Yeah.
And this year we're like, okay, the upside is here. and next year it's going to be like, oh, okay. Wow.
We thought it was going to be really competitive when Russell Wilson got to the Broncos. Like we thought it was going to be this whole crazy competitive division again. And I've yet to see it. So I can't, until I see it, I can't believe it. So for me, I'm like, I just see the Chiefs winning it. I can't see it going any other way.
That Broncos defense is going to be so
very good. Very, very good.
They were already good. And I was like, dang, they had a great draft. Well, no. They did not have a great draft. They did not have a great draft. They got some great defensive players. I'll just say that. So, yeah.
And free agency too, but
yeah, there's not really a ton to talk about when it comes to rookies because it's May 7th, y'all. So
I think the one other guy I wanted to mention from the UDFAs was Jake Briningstool, who's a tight end out of Clemson. He's someone I think to keep an eye on.
He's pretty good
this offseason, going into training camp. I think he's someone to watch. He's another very cerebral player. Should fit into an Andy Reid offense well. Really, I mean, who wouldn't want to come learn under Travis Kelce? Let's be real. But he seems like a guy that's going to make the most of his opportunity. And he did a little presser as well with the Chiefs, which tells you if you have a UDFA doing a presser, like they obviously think highly of him.
I just don't know how many tight ends they're going to take on the roster. He might make the practice squad.
We don't have much, do we? We have.
I think we
Travis
might
and
take 3 like we did last year and take 7 receivers. But that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation.
Who do we have at tight end? We let go a few tight ends. So it makes me think that he could have a real chance. But
Jodi hurt.
Oh, I forgot about Robert Tonyan too. We did bring him on.
Yes.
But yeah, and then Elijah Badger
but he makes the roster
as well. So
he might not necessarily make the roster. He could just be a camp body.
He could be a camp body. He could be a practice squad guy. I don't know. We'll see. That was just another notable from the weekend I wanted to point out.
I think we're going to run
Wiley.
I think we're going to run with 3 tight ends. So, which is fine with me. I'm fine with that.
How Wiley's recovery is going.
Because, and again, this is a conversation we have in like a month, but trying to get that 53, trying to get to 53 when you have 40 guys already who you know are coming back, when you have 42 guys that you know are coming back, there's not many roster spots available there. So I do think that if Rashi does get suspended, though, we hear about that soon. I think we have to hear about it soon. Like it needs
sometime in the summer.
It needs to come up again. Like, if we don't hear about it by, like, July, he's not getting suspended this year.
Yeah, I think we hear this summer at some point. We'll see.
If we don't, whatever. I'm fine with the suspicion getting pushed to next year. I'm totally fine with that.
Honestly,
totally fine with that. Well, super excited.
Please, yeah.
Yeah, please, actually, so we can get to Super Bowl this year. Well, yeah, hopefully there are some more rookie news come next week. Maybe there'll be some Chiefs news next week. Regardless, we're gonna probably talk schedule the whole time, and I can't wait.
I can't wait for all that. Oh my god, all the team videos they release. It's such a fun.
I can't wait to watch the Chargers video.
The Chargers kill it.
And I still can't get past freaking Nashville, the Titans. Theirs is so great. Remember they had the girl that was down on their street.
Oh, like, yeah, that was great.
What is this? And she was like, ah. And then they did it the second year. The second year they had her ask people.
Interviewing, yeah.
So great. So
they need to do that again, for sure.
Elite content. So I cannot wait to see all the schedule release videos next week.
I just peeked at my phone. We got a Bobby baseball home run. Just wanted to let you know.
I almost took him for a freaking home run today. Dang it.
He's so good. It's like
I guess I can probably still just log on to Underdog promo code Kingdoms Queens and use you can do live on there, live props on there. So yeah. Anyway, y'all, this was fantastic. Thank you for hanging out with us. Talked a lot of NFL news today. Talked just a lot about what's happening around the 32 teams. The rookies finally are here. They're a part of the team. They're here. They've signed their little contracts. And we got schedules next week. So next week is going to be really, really fun. I can't wait. That episode might go past the hour. So thank you for hanging out with us.
It's going to be an hour and a half.
Yeah. Sorry, Richard. Shout out to Richard, our producer in the background. We love him. He loves us.
We're just bracing you for it.
Yeah. Just and again, if you have not, retweet this stream. Retweet it on Arrowhead Addict. Retweet it on Kingdoms Queens. You can retweet Lexi's stream. You can retweet my stream. Either way, let's get these numbers up. If you are listening, please make sure you go like the episode, like the episode, and comment and all the
good review on Apple or Spotify podcasts and rate us 5 stars because we love you and you love us.
We've been here for 3 weeks. Feels like so much longer. No, I'm kidding.
Well, we've been doing this show for a long time. So
yeah, we've been with Arrowhead Addict for 3 weeks. Good times. We love it here. But no, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for hanging out with us, and we will see you next week. My birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.